Phil Housley got named the coach of the Buffalo Sabres today. You were the guy who drafted him out of, I think it was South St. Paul High School. Is that right?
Yeah, I give a lot of credit to most of the credit to Rudy Miguet.
Rudy Miguet, yeah.
Our head scout at the time, the late Rudy Miguet, and Teddy Hampson, who was living in Minnesota. He was the top scout for Central Scouting. That's before he went with any teams. He had probably just, out of retirement, he got a job with the league. But he convinced us that we were on the right track because he was a high school player and he was drafted number 6 overall. And we were fortunate because we used to go to the tournaments, that high school tournament. Not many scouts. They used to go only to the final tournament, which was at the Met Center. And Rudy used to go to other games, and he spotted him playing for South St. Paul. And where we got lucky is he played as a junior in the tournament. People would have seen, other scouts would have seen him, but they didn't really spend much time on juniors because you're looking at seniors, so you're kind of, you see this guy. And he was playing forward, he was playing defense. And what happened is the next year, his team didn't make it didn't make it to the Met Center. So unless you had a scout, although we knew he didn't make it, and Rudy called me, and Rudy asked me if I would be able to see him. He was playing in a junior B team at the end of the season. And he said, one more look at him. Would you come up? And I came up there on a Monday night up to St. Paul. And, oh, my goodness, he took the puck in the first shift and went down the right side. After 5 minutes, I said, Rudy, we don't have to see him anymore. I mean, we've seen enough of him. Let's hope he's there. So we made a pretty complicated trade to get him because, you see, the top defenseman in the draft was Scott Stevens. And and we made a trade. We needed a defenseman badly, but Scott went in, I think, 4 or 5. And we made a trade with Roger Crozier in that when he came to draft at number 5, if there was only one defenseman left, he had to leave him for us because they were the top 2 in our opinion. And sure enough, Scott Stevens was there, and they took Scott Stevens. I think it was a mix-up before that, though. I think one of the Sutters or something. Somebody kind of surprised. I'd have to look at that draft, but there was one surprise in there before number 5. And then, of course, Phil was sitting there at number 6. And, he came right out of high school and
sure he did.
And played for us in Buffalo. I don't know how many. You'd have to look it up. I think it was his second year. He was only 18 the first year. Second year, he scored 31 goals.
But could you ever imagine him being a coach?
At that time, no. He was a very smart player. I mean, he that's what got him started. I mean, he wasn't a very big guy, and not at that time. No. But he was. If Phil was playing in today's game, he was good in his day. He made the Hall of Fame eventually, but in today's game, he's exactly what you would want. He could just jump up. He'd be up in every rush. I mean, you look at the job that the Nashville guys did this year in the playoffs, like Yossi. Of course, he's even Ryan Ellis. I mean, Ryan Ellis is not a superb skater, like Yossi is, but Housley was just. I mean, I don't compare anybody to Bobby Orr as skating, but I'll tell you, Phil was right there, boy, of his time. He could really skate, and he's done it. He did a good job with, playing the way that the defensemen play up now. I mean, he did a good job with Nashville, so I'm kind of pleased for him. He's coached high school a long time. He coached U.S. Junior. I think didn't he win the gold one year?
I don't know. Do you know, John?
John?
World Juniors?
Yeah, USA.
Yeah,
he won the gold medal.
I'm not sure.
For the USA about 2 or 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Maybe the under-18s. I don't know. I don't think the World Juniors. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, check it up.
I will. Okay, I will. Yes, sir. Now I got to work. 2013, he did win the gold. So
there you go. So you're right again, Scotty.
Okay. And you're worried about what I wear. Now you worry about my information. I love it.
Good for him.